So how was talk about the game a little bit since you guys were there?
It was sad.
Yeah.
But like there was some fun stuff happening.
Oh yeah, there
on
was
the...
some fun stuff. There was a man so aggressively trying to vend us hot dogs.
Hot
It
dogs!
sounded as if he was having an aneurysm, a stroke, and a seizure all in one hot dog vending experience.
His face, he looked like that, like, is it Van Gogh? The fucking
the
Scream,
yeah.
dude? He's just...
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Hot dogs! Like, he saw, like... Oh, shit. He saw, like, a ghost that, like, wasn't, like...
There, yeah.
It was probably
Jack, you did the good impression of it when you were like, I'll suck your dick for a hot dog.
Yeah, no, it was, the most off-putting part about the whole thing was he was just in normal people clothes.
Yeah, he was wearing an LMU hoodie. Like, he was, like, on one of the people in the sexual assault posters or something.
I honestly thought he was joking.
Right.
He was trying so hard to sell them to us.
It was funny, like, he was going by us, he was, like, screaming his usual, like, hot dogs and everything. And then Oliver turns to me, he goes, like, it would be really nice if there was, like, I could have a hot dog right about now.
Yeah. I wonder where I can get one of these hot dogs. That's so funny.
I hear they're good.
Yeah.
All right,
I hear
well...
a lot about them at least.
Well, overall, what were your Parents Week? You enjoyed it, I'm guessing. It's good to see your folks.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
But let's talk about what you said, Keith. Like, how do people act differently around their parents?
Oh man,
and
it was
everything?
so funny. Like, you know, so like the first time like I met up with my mom and sister, it was like for this lunch in one of the buildings by like the gym.
Yeah.
And I walk in there and I sit down and like start eating and like I see all these people there that like I've seen. You know, I know what these people are all about.
Yeah,
you know,
yeah,
like
yeah,
they go
yeah.
clubbing
Mhm.
like 5 days a week, maybe. You know, they're
We see them.
doing crazy substances 24/7 and like.
Yeah.
And they're just there with their like parents, you know,
Like
just
smiling.
like, yeah, mom, like I'm doing, you know, going to church, serving my community, you know.
It's time to pray right now.
Yeah,
I might apply for a service org.
yeah.
And then it's just like
really finding myself here, you know.
And then, like,
But
2 minutes after their parents leave, they're like, cocaine!
It's so funny, dude. Like,
it's totally different. The vibe was 100% different on campus.
yeah,
It was very weird. And like, you know, like you said, you see those people that you don't even like that you only see at like these parties, like going absolute like ape shit.
yeah.
Then you just see like being civilized human beings in this campus society.
Yeah, you know,
Funny, it's like, oh, that's who fucked you up for life.
Yeah, exactly.
Parents will
You
come
got
to
a
me. Parents will come to me and be like,
past.
yeah, right. No, parents will come to me and be like, oh, so like yeah, like I you know like my child's enjoying it. They're doing this and this, and I'm just sitting there like, yeah, I know everything they're doing.
Oh, I know what else they're
I know
doing.
all
Yeah.
that they're doing right now. So
Yeah, I know what they'll be doing when you leave the room.
yeah.
No,
That's
it's
so
crazy.
And it ain't kosher.
Oh my God. Yeah, I mean, we're not adding anyone, but if you probably know who you are if you're listening. But
tisk.
You know.
tisk TTT. Anyway, what else do we got going on? We wanted to talk. You want to talk about the whole Spotify Apple Music thing?
Yeah, I think this needs to be settled once and for all. So, Keith and I use Apple Music, but I get the impression that we're in the vast minority here.
We are.
Here's
in
the
school.
thing. Okay, you think at the school you are? Here's the thing. I've come here from a school, like a high school, and like an area where everyone uses Spotify. It's like the only thing people use. You know what I mean?
That's the same thing where it is, you know, around my house. But of course, Snapchat has Shazam, so
Yeah.
anything my friends play on their Spotify, I can just Shazam it and
Right.
get it on Apple Music.
Yeah.
Although I will say, I don't love that I can't get my friends' playlists, because
See, that's
Yeah.
that's the luxury I have. I'm looking at everyone's playlist right now, just like seeing who's like playing what. It's like actually fantastic. If I wanted to, I could play like, you know, oh, what's Ellie Magsman playing? You know what I mean? Like play that, you know, and
Probably
look
the
at her
same thing
play.
that Matt plays.
Ellie, yeah. To be honest, yeah. To be honest, and like, you know, I have all my friends from home that I can still like keep up with. But like, here's what I'm thinking. Apple Music has its perks. I actually used like the 30-day free trial for both before I like decided on it.
Oh,
And
wow.
then
You're
You're
an enigma, man.
I really went deep with this, yeah. And then I soon realized what set Spotify over the top for me rather than Apple Music was the fact that Spotify does these like Discover Weekly playlists.
Yeah.
One, like that's how I find the majority of my music is like these playlists that are like made for you. Discover Weekly, like Release Radar is like gives me all the good stuff. It notifies me when like a new album comes out. Like right as soon as I open the app, it's like new album from Drake. You know what I mean? Or new album from the Brooklyn the Bluff and stuff. And it's like it's really great because then I get to stay on top of my stuff. You know what I mean? But what like my favorite thing about it is has to be the year in music things where like every year it's like your top songs of 2019, so you get to like take yourself back to like the memories of like your year and like think about like, oh, that song made me so happy, blah blah blah. Like that song was like the song like, you know, like I was in the car with here, or like I was like sitting outside with here and stuff. It was really cool. But what else it had this year was this Taste Breakers playlist. And what a Taste Breakers playlist is, it's like, here's some songs that aren't your vibe, but you might enjoy.
That's cool.
And I found like Prince on there. I found like these really hardcore, like I mean, I listen to metal, so I listened to a couple metal songs. Like there was so much crazy stuff, and like it just, but that's what sets it over the top. But I want to hear what you guys have to say about Apple Music in terms of what are the perks of that app.
Yeah. Jack, you want to go first?
Well, I was just going to say, I was actually a Spotify user until I got that yearly playback thing and discovered that I had only listened to Cotton Eye Joe for 42 hours straight. So
Oh boy.
That's what sent me back. But
There you go.
you know, I'm glad I made the change.
You don't want to see your mistakes sometimes.
You know, Keith, correct me if I'm wrong here, but I prefer the UI UX of Apple Music. But of course, we may be biased.
What's UI UX?
User interface and experience.
Yeah, so I don't live in Silicon Valley.
Yes.
So I didn't even know
Talk
what
to
that
us
meant.
about that. Please elaborate
So,
on that.
I don't know. It just feels a lot more streamlined. You know how Apple likes to set up all their things in nice little
Basic.
squares, and
Yeah.
it's very,
Yeah,
it's very
yeah.
compartmentalized.
No, I
and
get it.
It works for me because
Yeah.
you know Spotify just shoves lists in your face, and you can't
Yeah.
change the colors. And I feel like the black on green is a little off-putting.
You don't like the black on green?
I don't know.
Okay.
I'm more of a fan of the rose on white. It's
Okay.
A nice,
No, I
it's
agree.
a
I think the
clean-
color
it's
scheme
got
is a little
clean
better.
look to it.
Yeah, and also like you said, like they don't like there's not like a bunch of playlists just like shoved in your face,
That's
so to
true.
speak. Like I still can go here, browse new releases, what's hot, like
Yeah.
throwback, like you know, like they have like these clips, like
Yeah.
these like spotlights and everything, and you know, for you. That's like new music mix. So every week, like you said, there's new music for me. Like a
Okay, there you
list.
go.
Favorites mix, what I've been listening to apparently the most,
That's
and then
great.
it's like chill mix.
Yeah,
So
no,
it's
it's
like-
a cool feature. Let's just not click on any of the songs.
Right, exactly.
Exactly.
So like I guess but here's what I will say. I think Apple took a note page out of the notebook of Spotify for that. I think before Apple Music didn't do that because
No.
I don't think Apple
'Cause-
Music had those playlists like
Well,
that.
it kind of evolved from like the whole iPod, right? The
Right,
MP3
yeah,
player, So all it
100%.
was just a database with your songs in it.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that's what was cool about that. Like that's what made it like your own, you know.
Yeah.
Mhm.
But like in terms of like evolving music and evolving tastes and stuff like that, I think they needed to add that, which is good. So I guess what we can say about the two is like it's just based on what you had first, in my
Yeah.
opinion.
Yeah.
Like I'm guessing
Honestly.
both. Actually, Jack's the exception because he had Spotify first, but for me it was like Spotify was just like the thing I had and like the thing that was introduced to me, and then I took it like and like it's what because you can't just like for me, you can look at my computer right now. There's like I'm like having my playlist down to like a science, you know, like these are like
Yeah.
everything, and then my artist playlist and stuff. Like I can't just go to Apple Music right now
Mhm.
and just start over, you know,
Yeah.
because like it would just be I wouldn't find new music for a while. I wouldn't have all my songs saved. It would just be a pain in the ass, you know.
Yeah.
I do think Spotify may force you to like discover new music
Yeah.
more
Yeah,
than
for
Apple
sure.
does. Like you know, because like the first thing you open up when you go to like Spotify is like like top charts or something, you know, stuff
Mhm.
like that.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like you know, like you can go to any country and look at what's going on there.
Exactly.
Which
Well,
is
do you
pretty
guys
cool.
have like set times of day that you whip out Apple Music / Spotify and start listening to music, or is it
Okay.
just whenever you
Well,
get a chance? To?
Here's the thing. It's like in terms of my experience, it's like I wake up. If Dylan's up, then like something's playing on my phone. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like on the speakers in my room and everything because
Yeah.
they're nice. And then you know like driving is another time. Always listening to music while you
Mhm.
drive. You're never
Of
not.
course.
And then like you know like what I usually when I find time to like find new music especially is when I'm like by myself, you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah,
That's when I
same.
find my new music, and that's when I
Mhm.
take the time to go into a discover playlist and like search through that,
Just
you
tool
know?
around, see
Because I
what's up.
can't when I'm like entertaining people in my room or anything like that, or like
You don't want to take chances.
the last thing I'm trying to do is like oh, what is this song? Turn it off. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Because it's
Yeah.
not like one, it's not the vibe. Because most people I hang out with listen to like you know R&B, hip hop, rap, and everything like that. But like my time to find new music is when I'm like kind of like secluded,
Mhm.
which is very little because my room is always, you know, the hub of everything.
Always hopping.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but I find my time,
Yeah.
especially when I'm going to sleep. I think is another time where I'm just like, okay, let's take a little bit of time to like find a certain song that I like or
Yeah.
something like that.
For me, I think that time is like when I'm like doing homework or like
Okay.
writing a paper, because like that's when like I don't want to listen to like bangers that like I
Right.
know the words to, that's gonna
Right.
distract me. I want to like have just noise
Oh yeah.
that I can like write, and then like if it's a good song,
You're like,
it'll cause me to like, stop writing and be like, oh shit, like hold on, let me play the song again.
Yeah.
Actually listen to it. You know
Right.
what I mean?
100%.
That's cool.
And
I
usually
that.
it's like funk, like really like mellow, like melodic, like EDM type
Yeah,
of
yeah, yeah.
stuff that's like not like really like hard, but it's just kind of like
No, I understand.
like smooth sounding. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
That's true.
Yeah.
I've merged into that like what's it called?
Lo-fi
Genre.
Lo-fi funk.
Like
Yeah.
our English professor, Matt and I's English professor
Yes.
last semester
Oh my god.
would always play
Lo-fi beats
lo-fi
to like
beats during
to like
our free
old
rides.
songs. So like we were it was like the day before like Christmas break, and like we were doing a free write, and it was like I don't know what it was, like a Nutcracker Christmas like
Yeah.
with like lo-fi
Oh,
beats
no,
on
it was this Charlie Brown Christmas.
Yes, and it had like a
And
lo-fi, and it was like
sample,
we were like all like I remember
were
like
all
looking
just
up, we were
bumping.
just like
there was
nodding
like,
our heads, just like writing
No.
down. Like I was just like, oh my god, this
there
is
were
so good.
There were vibes being embodied by the bumping heads of
Yeah,
everybody in
I
the
think it
room.
made my writing better. To be honest, I'm
No,
honestly gonna say I think it made my writing
100%
better.
did.
And then he would play like soundtracks to movies, and Jomar,
Yeah.
who sat next to us, knew
Yeah.
every soundtrack, and would
Yeah.
just be like, "That's Pirates of the Caribbean."
Yeah,
and
and
that's
what he wrote to too. And he did his cool last piece for the semester was
His
like,
was awesome.
it was almost like slam poetry in a sense
Yeah.
because he was doing it to the meter of the
Yeah.
to the meter of the
He
song.
had a song like it was this very like dark, scary like not poem, but it was like a short story, and it was very like
about
scary.
consciousness.
Yeah, and it was really
Yeah.
crazy, and like he had
Very
this like
deep stuff.
he had this like song playing to it and stuff, and it just made the
It
piece
tied
so
it
much
together,
more
you know?
than what it was. You
It
know what I
made
mean?
it like an event.
And I was
versus-
just like, damn, I'm about to like
words.
have people read a script that I wrote. You know what I mean? Like Jomar's
Yeah.
just going off.
But like you said, like people took it pretty well, right?
Oh yeah, Jack, what do you think? In terms of my
It was
script?
fun.
Yeah.
Matt did me the honor of letting me play the stoner.
Yeah. Oh yeah, the stoner girl.
That was fun.
that was cool. And
I
then-
may or may not have been a little too good at that role.
No, but my favorite part of that was, so I don't know if I told you this, Keith, but like the first scene we did was when this girl was getting chased down the hallway by these two other girls. And so I needed someone to play these two other girls that were screaming at this girl. So I go, all right, Professor Krause, you're playing two screaming girls, and this line is probably the most important part in the movie. It was one line, so he comes up, it's the first line after the action description, and he goes, give me my money back, bitch. And like everyone was like dying. Everyone was like, oh my god. And
Yeah.
I was like, you nailed it.
In
You
that
nailed it."
moment, we all knew he chose the wrong career path.
Yeah. Exactly.
Fucking hilarious.
No, but like I feel like, you know, in terms of me, like I agree with Keith. The way music like affects me when I'm doing work is actually like my parents and like folks will always be like, you're really listening, you really can listen to music while you do that. I don't know
Yeah.
how you do that. I'm like, we grew up this way, you know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Yeah,
Like it's
exactly.
almost like I grew up like that. If there's no music playing, I'm actually more distracted.
Yeah,
you know
you're
what I
kind
mean?
of
It's the
anxious.
worst.
I can't walk through campus by myself without like
Yeah,
listening to music.
Exactly.
I don't know. I kind of need that peace and quiet to get my work done. So
Okay, so you're one of those. You're a little different.
yeah, well, because when I'm hearing music, you know, like the lo-fi beats
Mhm.
that Krause was playing, you know, it was hard not to
Enjoy it.
just bust a rhyme, brother. Like you just want to experience the music. I think that's the problem for me is sometimes I can't not get too invested
Right.
into what I gotta be doing one thing or the other.
No,
you know
100%.
what I mean?
I think you're 100% right. No, because like there are times where I'm listening to music. I have to listen to the right music.
Oh hell
Yeah.
yeah.
Usually I'm not playing my headbang playlist
Yeah,
while
no, like,
writing an essay.
I might
Can't
find
do
like the
chop
perfect
sway while
song.
trying to write
Yeah.
poetry.
Yeah,
Exactly.
I might find like the perfect song that like I can like type out like some paragraphs without even knowing there's a song playing, and then it'll
Yeah.
land and I'll be like, wait, something's off.
Yeah,
I'll just
yeah.
loop that song a
Yeah.
million times and I'll
100%.
finish an essay. You
For
know?
me, I always have to play, if I'm writing anything, I'm playing either my slow down playlist or peaceful guitar because there's no lyrics. If I'm writing
I
an
love-
essay,
that's
You
perfect.
can't be
peaceful guitar is where you're
yeah.
going.
Especially because sometimes, you know, when you're really in the zone and
Yeah.
you hear somebody say something and you're typing that word,
Oh yeah, 100%.
I think that would be a huge issue for me.
Oh,
Yeah.
I know. Trust me, I feel that way too. But yeah, peaceful guitar is on me, and then like we're trying to like build up this playlist called Fourth Floor of Delray South because
Wow.
like, but like.
Or FDRS.
Yeah, we have like songs that are like chill vibes for like the room that like everyone plays.
470 bangers.
Ellie started it, and I like it, but we haven't looked at it in quite
Send
a
me
while.
that playlist. Oh wait.
Oh,
I use
Apple Music. Ah.
Yikes.
Anyway, but I think the consensus is, I guess you can't really go wrong with either application.
Yeah. I mean, music is music, and however it gets to you.
You just have to accept that.
The end justifies the means.
Right, exactly.
Right.
But we can all agree on this, and that is that Hayden Pribble uses Pandora Premium.
Oh my
And that's
god,
incorrect.
that's not
Incorrect.
okay.
That is
That's
factually incorrect.
Never
That is
You're wrong.
provably false.
Yeah, you can't do that. No Pandora Premium. And like ironically enough, he's how I find he finds the best where I go to find hip hop music is Hayden. You know what I mean? Because that's his genre. The same way that I look at through his Pandora sometimes and I see songs that I've showed him that are like my genre of music. I like more often than not, this unorthodox playlist that I have for all the R&B hip hop I listen to is all him.
Yeah, no,
That's
he's
good.
got a great taste in music.
He really does, because he makes beats too. Like he knows like the intricate.
Rerun's good, yeah.
Yeah, Rerun is a really good. I actually found Rerun myself. I will say
Alright.
that, but I don't know. Whiplash was Noah. Blue Notes was my brother. I want to play that after this because I think it's a really good song.
I've got a good song for you that I don't think I've showed you yet.
We'll do
It's
that.
Very, very
what time we
peaceful,
got?
very R&B.
10:37. Yeah, we'll break for
Yeah.
like 20 minutes. We'll take like an actual decent break, and then we'll think of some talking points, and we'll come back to you guys because we care about you and your entertainment, and we hope that we're entertaining you right now.
We care about LMU.
Yeah.
And one little like funny thing to to go into this next block, kind of like talking about like music in the back of your head.
Yeah.
When we were at this dinner, so I was sitting next to Abby, our good friend Abby, and then like she pointed out that there was like this kind of like overbearing opera that would just come in. It would just creep up on us every few minutes. We would be talking, and all of a sudden you just hear like this like
Whoa.
yeah, and you know we'd hear it all of a sudden. And she'd be like, oh, here it is again, like it's back.
Right.
You
No,
know,
exactly.
like-
And like I guess another thing I can agree on is opera. It's certain time, certain place.
Yeah.
We were at dinner last night, and it was actually we'll close it out before we go into break. But we were at dinner last night, and like we're sitting at this table, and like we went to this place like downtown or something, like not downtown, like in like Melrose area, and we heard this guy, we heard this like music, and we were like, oh, like what's this song? But then it stopped, and it was this, and we looked across the street, it was this dude like walking down the hallway, like or like not the hallway, like the street, and like he had his like mouth like just open for some reason, and we were like, we just met like the most amazing singer in the world, because it was like this bluesy dude, and we were like, we should go ask him for like to sign a record deal and stuff like that. Like he's amazing. We just saw talent on the street that we're never gonna hear from again. Isn't that crazy how life works and everything? And then the song came back on, and it was just on the speakers in the restaurant. So I guess we missed the mark on that
Yeah,
one. But
Long story short.
there was no story to be told.
Yeah.
I think. Anyway, this is Blue Notes by Meek Mill. Shout out to my brother for playing this track for me yesterday. I hope you guys enjoy it. Please tune in.